let's talk about, first of all, the unrealized tax, capital gains tax. They're trying to couch this as, well, it's only for the super rich. Right. So was the original tax.
Good luck getting them to invest in small businesses then.
Right. How are you going to fix the job problem if you've disincentivized people to make money? Also, you're going to lose the crypto voters. Also, I believe when they originally were imposing like the 1% tax or whatever, it was supposedly only for the super rich, and then eventually it trickles down to everyone else. Let me put it to people this way. I live in Wisconsin, and they built a baseball stadium for our baseball team, the Milwaukee Brewers, 20 years ago. They raised the tax by 0.1% for 5 or 6 counties 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Let me ask you, Styx, do you think they stopped taxing us now that they've paid for that stadium?
Let me make a guess. No.
That's correct. They have not. And just like this unrealized capital gains tax, let me give people an example of how it could be applied to the everyman. Okay.
Let's say you've got crypto or you're self-employed. Well, you're fucked.
If you have crypto and the crypto market explodes, the government will tax you 25%, even if you haven't pulled it out of the market.
Yep.
So obviously very bad. Let me give you another example. You bought your house for $250,000. Zillow says it's now worth $500,000. You have unrealized financial capital gains of $250,000. They want to tax
enjoy going bankrupt.
Yeah. Now you're going to pay 25% tax on that. That's how now I'm not saying that's what the proposal is.
And you don't get a rebate when it goes back down, by the way.
No, you don't. You don't.
If it goes up, you're penalized. If it goes down, you're fucked.
Yeah, I had to pay a tax when I sold my house because I made too much money on it. And now they want to make that 25%. And it's like, oh, well, it's only for people who make $100 million. Yeah, that's how it starts. Then it's people that make 50 million. Then it's people that make 1 million. And by the way, with inflation, then it's everybody. Yeah. And like the reason that that's important is because this is
it's basically economic mission creep when you think about it.
Yes.
You know how that happens in war, like, you've got one objective, but then there's another, and then there's another and another. That's exactly what's going to happen with this. People need to understand this. This is dire.
Yeah, it's extremely, extremely bad. It's like a generic, well, we just want to tax the rich people, and you'll never look into how this works.
Yeah.
It would be very bad for Wall Street, extremely bad. It would disincentivize corporate investment.
It would be bad on day one. Even if there wasn't mission creep with regards to it, it would still be terrible. You're going to destroy small businesses. Where are they going to find an investor who's going to invest in them in order for them to become, maybe a local chain becomes a regional chain or something like that because of investment? How the hell are they supposed to do that?
Yeah, and even if they did, and you had to pay that tax, well, now that's 25% that instead of going back into the business goes to the government, and we know how good they spend money.
Yeah.
So
what we should be doing is just slashing the size of government massively.
Right. So let me ask.
I've backed off my previous moderate line. I had said that slashing the size of government and regulation by 50% was enough. Now I think it should be 70%.
It's hard to argue against that once you really look at how they spend our money and what they do with our resources that they steal from us. But, to drive it home further to our moderate audience, if you're out there, and if you're trying to wonder like why this tax could matter to you. If Amazon, right? Jeff Bezos makes more money than any of us could ever fathom. Amazon makes more money than we could ever fathom. If let's say even they are the only ones who are paying this tax, what does that mean? Well, that means that they're going to take less risks locally with fulfillment centers. That means they're going to hire less drivers, entry-level positions. This doesn't affect the top tier people. Jeff Bezos doesn't care. it's going to be all of the entry level, economic booms or the risk. Like I happen to think, let me give you an example. I don't know the situation is like where you live, Sticks, but I live in what is called kind of a pharmacy wasteland. If I had to get a prescription, it's like a 30-minute drive. And now they want to close like the two or three closest Walgreens to me. By the way, Walgreens is terrible. That now, once they
We
do
do have
that,
a Walgreens here within walking distance. Just
well, okay, so that's nice. I don't, and it's like a 30-minute drive. And so Amazon is getting into filling prescriptions. And now I don't necessarily think it's better that Amazon is getting bigger, but as somebody, I'm saying, I'll promise I'm going somewhere with this. So I have 2 monthly prescriptions I need. Now Amazon says, hey, we can fulfill that right through Amazon in the mail. I don't care if Amazon makes a bunch of money because they took a risk and invested in becoming a pharmacy, because now I get to get my prescriptions mailed to me instead of driving an hour.
Yeah.
If you disincentivize corporations to take risks and invest, maybe that's not available, because I don't know. Amazon's like, I don't want to make too much money. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but I'm just trying to
what happens is you slow down ingenuity, because if people don't want to take risks, then you get less positive outcomes. Sure, some of those risks, they're going to be a negative outcome and it won't pan out, but some of them work. It's just like crypto, the internet itself, all of those things. All of these things were invented by people who took risks, significant ones in general.
And risks that maybe the bottom line doesn't work out if you have to give the government 25% of your money.
Exactly. You could have a really great idea that doesn't pan out simply because the government is taxing everything.
I'd be willing
to get unbridled things, get government out of the way, and I guarantee things will shoot ahead twice as fast.
Right. I'm pretty sure that Walmart and Amazon don't have an average profit margin of 25%.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure ammunition companies don't have an average profit of 25%. So like, it's just insane to me, or Wendy's or any of these people. It's wild.
You just reminded me. I want to have Wendy's soon.
I know. I always like Wendy's. I've never hated on Wendy's.
Like yesterday, I had vegetable soup. I made it myself with garden fresh vegetables and stuff. You would have hated it. But sometimes, God, you just want a burger.
I actually like Wendy's spicy chicken sandwich. I think their spicy chicken sandwich is really, really good. I don't care for much of the other food that they.
I haven't had their spicy chicken.
That's my favorite at Wendy's.
They've got decent French fries.
Their French fries are good too.
Five Guys is best for fries.
Yeah, Five Guys is good.
They're unequivocally the best for fries.
Five Guys is like an hour drive for me, so I've only ever had it once, and I thought it was pretty good. I like Arby's curly fries. I think every
what I wish is that we had a Whataburger. Oh God.
Yeah, we don't have those in Wisconsin either. I don't think. I've never seen one. I think they're only down south.
Yeah, they're huge in Texas. Whataburger, I've got to say Whataburger represents.
Yeah, Whataburger. I'm coming around a little bit to Chick-fil-A, except you have to order on the app and they don't use any delivery services. And quite frankly, it's very expensive for fast food. I know it's good. I'm just not in the Chick-fil-A cult.
I finally ate at a Chick-fil-A when I was going to the ocean, actually, a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
Somebody in chat said, I feel like Jeremy hasn't worked a quote real job in a long time. I'm curious why you would say that. Is it because I like Amazon? A real
job like what we're doing right now, entertaining thousands of people, isn't a real job.
Well, no, Styx, it's not. But also, I grew up splitting wood and working at Greek restaurants and Best Buy, Office Max I worked at. I sold cars. I worked at a pizza joint. I worked for a calendar company before that. I think that
were you one of the nude? You posed nude for a calendar?
Yeah, they didn't ask me to, but I did anyway. I think I'm not sure what statement. I get annoyed when people say that because I feel like it's coming from a bad faith place.
What I hate is when people think that content creation of this kind is not a real job.
Yeah, work
It's
either
like-
one of our schedules. I'm not saying we're in
Yeah.
the coal mine, but you know.
We don't have to physically exert ourselves on the same level, but it is work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.